Anxiety and stress. My name is Anne, and I wanted to share some information about how stress and anxiety impact on our lives today. And at the end, I'll give you some simple tips to use to help release some of that stress on your body and mind. Stress can be positive. It can have a really good effect in our lives. When faced with exams, for example, a little bit of stress can unlock the answers in the brain. Too much can lock it up and you can't find it, even though it's on the tip of your tongue or tip of your pen. Athletes, stress can help them to run faster and to jump higher, but too much stress can stop us as well. So scientific studies report that stress is a big factor in as much as 85% of illnesses. It places a lot of demand on our brain and our body. And the feeling of being stressed can be triggered by an event, and you can feel frustrated or nervous. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a feeling of fear and worry and maybe of unease as well, and it can be a reaction to stress. Let's go back to ancient times when we lived with nature around us. When faced with danger, a wild animal or a fire or flooding or anything that nature imposed on us we have no control over, stress was very useful to save our lives. So the sympathetic nervous system would kick in and increase blood flow to the heart, the lungs, and the muscles so we could run for our lives. In those days, the stress factors would only last the time of the danger. Once over, we could relax and our heart rate would go back to normal. Our muscles would relax and we could just slump and work, eat, converse, and all that. In modern times, however, our lives are full and we have more expectations and demands put on us at home, at work, in traffic, everywhere. And the sympathetic nervous system is engaged much more than it ever used to. And this doesn't help the flow of stress hormones because they are on tap and they keep flowing to keep us afloat. And that puts undue stress on all parts of our bodies and our minds as well. So, as I mentioned, a little stress can be positive, and the adrenals produce adrenaline, which increases heart rate, blood pressure, and boost our energy supplies, which all can be good short term. Cortisol is the primary stress hormone, and it increases glucose in the bloodstream, which is a sugar, and this helps the fight and flight mode. So when we need it, the glucose helps us to flee. And having an increase of all that in our bloodstream also helps tissue repair, which is great when we are running for our lives. But over a long term, constant elevated cortisol may lead to increased blood sugar levels more constantly. And unfortunately, this would increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Stress also comes often with constant emotional ups and downs, which puts extra pressure on the heart without giving it restful periods. This may weaken the heart muscle and how it works. So it may miss some beats, and it pushes more blood through the body than it needs to, because we don't need to flee, we don't need to run for our lives. So reflexology, how can it help you? The treatment, if you haven't experienced it, is deeply, deeply relaxing. And it supports the whole body, physical and the mind, to improve its functioning. And this helps also to balance the stress hormones. which are great when we're in danger, but not on tap. Reflexology also, when clients say they've fallen asleep, I like to compare it to the alpha state. When we are asleep and someone talks to us, our brain thinks, where am I? What was said? Whilst when you're in the alpha state, straight away, you know what has been said and you know where you are. It is known that the alpha state through meditation is very beneficial for your whole being. Reflexology also stimulates circulation, blood and lymph, and also nerves. And this helps all cells to get improved flow of nutrients into the cells. It allows the cells to eliminate waste material much more effectively as well. This benefits the whole body. So when a client comes in stressed, I can see it. They're keeping themselves together. So I can see all the cells in the body being tight, and the outer layer of the cell is restricting the flow, the easy flow of nutrients in and waste material out. The same client after an hour of reflexology looks much more relaxed. And in my mind's eye, I can see all the cells again, nice and plump, nice and relaxed, allowing the free flow of nutrients and waste material to happen. And there's a big smile on their face. I know it sounds strange, but that really is what is happening at a very deep level. How to work on your hands to help the body to relax. So let's do the adrenals. The adrenal reflex is situated here, and it's halfway between the webbing and the heel of the palm of the hand. And I place the thumb on the dorsal part of the hand to support the index finger finding the reflex, which is usually tender. If it is painful, work very lightly. You don't have to hurt yourself. Press, and you can hold, or you can pump, or you can rotate on it. And you can work this on both hands. I mentioned the heart earlier and the pressure it is put under. And our heart is very important to keep us alive and functioning well. The heart reflex is on the left hand, as the heart is mostly on the left side of the body, and it is located under the index finger. So we can work this area here, and you can press, you can massage it with your index finger, you can do that with your thumb, and you can even use your knuckle to massage that area. As the heart is a little bit on the right-hand side of the body as well from the median line, we can also work it on the right hand, and it's just here, but absolutely you can work further out. It benefits the rest of your body as well. And the same, you can press, you can massage it, or you can use your knuckle. I hope these tips are useful, and you can use them several times a day. Please click on the link below. I have an anxiety stress online workshop that will be very supportive. One extra little tip: when you work those reflexes and any other time during the day when feeling stressed, breathe in deeply into the bottom of your lungs, into the abdominal cavity. This helps the diaphragm to expand when you breathe in and contract again, breathing out. And this helps to kick in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of the nervous system that helps us to relax. Breathing deeply into the lungs also brings more oxygen into the whole body. All beneficial. And drink plenty of water. My name is Anne. Thank you for staying with me the length of this video. Bye for now.